Hello, my lovelies. I hope you're all doing amazing today. I want to talk about gangster and mafia men in BLs. If you are a fujoshi like me, you love watching forbidden love stories in BL, and there is something about hot guys engaging in illegal activities that makes them all the more enticing. The danger, the power struggle between the mafia guy and the civilian guy makes the show swoon-worthy to watch. I love that mafia men or gangsters have a hard exterior, but they are so soft for the ones they love. They might do childish things or risk their life and career to protect and care for their partner. So in this list, I'm going to be talking about 8 mafia or gangster or criminal guys I fell in love with. Kin is a type of mafia that looks like he's a polished businessman. If you look from afar, he would look just like a typical businessman who owns several hotels and casinos all over Bangkok. He's always draped in bespoke suits that accentuate his broad shoulders and lean physique. He has a piercing gaze that conceals 1,000 secrets. His every step echoes a sense of quiet authority, his leather shoes tapping against the cold, unforgiving pavement. Despite the danger that emanates from his very presence, there's an undeniable allure to his gentlemanly demeanor. When you look closely, however, Kin is an old soul, burdened with the heavy responsibilities of running illegal businesses by his father, when all he wants to do is run a seaside bar and sing for his patrons all night long. Dressed in leather jackets and worn-out jeans, Vegas is a typical mobster. Vegas's attire mirrors the rough edges of his personality. Vegas has a volatile personality, ready to explode at the slightest provocation. There are moments when his mood shifts and a haunted look clouds his eyes, revealing a vulnerability that contradicts his tough exterior. Vegas is a man driven by impulses and suppressed desires. Grappling with the mental baggage of always being seen as a disappointment by his father, all of Vegas's actions are driven by his eagerness to please his abusive father. The sadism in his eyes is the result of years of mental and physical trauma inflicted upon him by his father. His anger, fueled by a sense of loss and desperation, can transform him into a whirlwind of fists, fury, and violent sex. Tangi is a handsome and suave figure in underworld of organized crime. His dark, tailored suits and perfectly coiffed hair frame a face that exudes both charm and mystery. Despite his involvement in the gangster world, Tangi carries himself with an air of sophistication. He frequents upscale establishments, blending seamlessly with the elite while maintaining a sense of enigmatic danger. However, beneath the polished exterior lies a man yearning for escape. Tangi's heart is burdened by the responsibilities left in the wake of his mentor, a revered mobster who has passed away. He grapples with the weight of an unwritten code that dictates his actions, torn between loyalty to the past and a desire for a different, more honorable future. In the midst of this turmoil, Tangi finds himself unexpectedly captivated by someone who stands on the opposite side of the law. Tan works as a teacher in a small remote town of Thailand. This handsome teacher conceals a complex web of contradictions. Tan's piercing eyes, framed by dark lashes, holds a depth that hints at both pain and secrets. Tan comes from a family entrenched in the world of organized crime. The legacy of his mafia roots is a constant source of internal conflict. He despises the shadows cast by their illicit activities, yearning to distance himself from their criminal influence. However, as a murder investigation unfolds, it becomes evident that appearances can be deceiving. Tan, despite his mysterious demeanor, decides to collaborate with Dr. Bun in figuring out the dark web of lies and betrayals behind his friend Jane's disappearance. As the truth emerges, it becomes clear that while Tan may act sketchy, he is not a murderer. Instead, he becomes an unexpected ally in the pursuit of justice. Givung is a high schooler who lives a dual life that reflects the stark contrast of his existence. On the surface, Givung is a school bully and a goon, a figure whose mere presence instills fear among his peers. His exterior exudes mystery and terror, but Givung's life is far from what he presents at school. He works for a local mafia tasked with carrying out petty crimes and enforcing the will of his criminal superiors. Gong is gay but feels compelled to hide his true self due to the harsh environment around him. He has been in love with his childhood friend Yongju for many years but ends up bullying him too just because he is burdened by the ruthless and homophobic environment of the school and everybody around him. Chenny is a striking and handsome figure in the organized crime world. Clad in well-fitted leather jackets adorned with chains that accentuate his rugged appeal, Chenny moves through the shadows with a confidence that commands attention. His piercing gaze and a well-defined jawline contribute to an aura of danger and allure. Chenny is a loyal member of the Mafia, executing orders with precision and unwavering dedication. Chenny's admiration for his boss goes beyond professional respect. It borders on one-sided love, a sentiment that is only known to one other person in the gang, his fellow gang member and childhood best friend ID. ID silently harbors a deep and unrequited love for him for many years. As the intricate dance of crime and loyalty unfolds, Chenny begins to sense a shift in his feelings for ID. Slowly, he becomes aware of ID's lingering glances, his sacrifices, and love for Chenny. Slowly but surely, Chenny ends up falling in love for ID instead. Ichikawa Mitso is a rowdy Yakuza member with an undeniable boyish charm. Mitsu's disheveled hair, adorned with a hint of rebellion, complements his leather jackets and exudes a rugged appeal that draws attention wherever he goes. One day, Mitsuo rings his old school classmate who shares the same name as him to dispose of a dead body. The office worker Mitsuo was a victim of the Yakuza's bullying in school, yet somehow he finds himself accompanying the Yakuza and following his orders. The master-servant dynamic that ensues is laced with the echoes of their school days, with the Yakuza Mitsuo reveling in the playfulness and dominance he holds over his former classmate. In the underworld of organized crime, there is a rising star known as Chisu or Flying Dagger. Working for his adoptive father, Chisu has gained a reputation for his quiet yet mysterious aura. His chiseled features and piercing gaze draw attention wherever he goes, contrasting sharply with his reserved and enigmatic nature. One day, Chisu meets Gite, a cheerful guy who seems more than eager to please him. Chisu falls in love with Gite's innocence and charm until he comes to know that Gite has been playing him all along. Gite is actually a hitman sent to kill Chisu by a viral gang, but Gite ends up falling in love with Chisu instead. As their worlds collide, Chisu and Gite find themselves entangled in a web of conflicting loyalties. The lines between duty and desire blur as their connection deepens. Pick your favorite Mafia from the 8 I mentioned and let's see if your pick matches mine. See you next time. Bye.